We're doing two NFL player props here on PrizePicks for Monday, September 25th. We got the two-game Monday Night Football slate: Tampa Bay Bucks, Philadelphia Eagles, LA Rams, Cincinnati Bengals. Before we get started, you guys, check out the link at the top of the description of this video. You can sign up for our premium Discord, you guys. $9.30 per month, 31 cents per day. It's where I post all the plays I'm making on PrizePicks. We also have other premium cappers in there that post all their plays, research, and analysis. Super positive community in there. Everyone just trying to help each other cash. As well, I do need to mention I'm not a gambling expert, you guys. This is not financial advice. Simply just plays I'm personally looking at making, hopefully giving you guys some insight and analysis to then make your own player prop decisions here. Again, no one is pressing submit on those parlays other than yourselves. But let's get into it, you guys. I've been personally enjoying these two-game Monday Night Football slates. Hope you guys are as well. They've been super fun if you play like DFS and even on PrizePicks, you guys. Ton of props here on the board. Obviously, there is some injuries going on with the Bengals. We don't know if Joe Burrow is going to play, so I'm definitely kind of staying away from the Bengals at this current time. But overall, two plays, one play from each game here. These plays, I've definitely been in the lab for like the last 2 hours locking in these plays or looking at these plays. Both these plays are a little bit unorthodox here, in my opinion. So again, if you don't like them, you don't need to tail them. Let's get into this. So the first one is going to be Cade Otton, tight end for the Tampa Bay Bucks. I like his over 4.5 reception targets here. And I know PrizePicks is gatekeeping his receptions line. It's heavily juiced on the over of 2.5. So we'll get into that. But 4.5 reception targets here for Cade Otton. There's a few reasons why I like this. One, I don't think the Tampa Bay Bucks have really had a negative game script yet this season, right? They were in a shootout versus the Minnesota Vikings, and now the Minnesota Vikings are 0-3, right? The Minnesota Vikings aren't a good team. And then they were in a very, very close game until Justin Fields threw that pick six against the Chicago Bears, and the Chicago Bears are 0-3. So this 2-0 record for the Buccaneers. I mean, I'm not saying they're a horrible team, but it's a little bit skewed here. And I mean, there's a reason the Philadelphia Eagles are 5-point favorites on the road, you guys. This is a road game for the Eagles, and they're 5-point favorites on the road here. So it's definitely a great opportunity here and a great chance. I think there is a game script here where the Tampa Bay Bucks are going to have to throw the ball. Baker Mayfield's going to have to throw the ball. We look at Cade Otton, right? In the first 2 weeks, he's seen 26 routes and 27 routes run, which to me, in my opinion, if you're a tight end, you're running 25 plus routes in pretty neutral game scripts, it's positive, right? I definitely think in a negative game script that those routes run should see a significant uptick. He's seen 3 targets and 6 targets through the first 2 weeks, and he's without question the tight end one in this offense, right? 97% of the snaps and 97% of the snaps in both of the first 2 weeks here. We look at tight end position versus the Philadelphia Eagles, right? Fifth most yards per throw in the NFL. They're also giving up the first and the most fantasy points to the tight end position. You can see your total reception yards to the tight end position, 4th most. And this is through 2 games, you guys. So they've given up 20 targets through 2 games, right? 20 targets through 2 games. That's 10 targets per game on average. We look at some other teams. I mean, all the rest of these teams had played 3 games, right? So the Eagles, considering they've only played 2 games, 20th in targets, are also 4th most in reception yards, and then the most fantasy points in the tight end position per game to tight ends, right? We know Cade Otton, like I said, look at the odds for his 2.5 receptions. -174 on Caesars, -172 on FanDuel. Again, this is Outlier, you guys, by the way. There's a link in the description as well. You can get a 7-day free trial with Outlier, and in my opinion, the best research tool in sports betting. Their mobile app is absolutely insane as well. But you guys, 174 to go over 2.5 receptions, right? So that means heavy juice to get 3 receptions here, right? And all we need is 5 targets, right? That's why I'm pivoting the targets. We don't have his receptions line, obviously, on PrizePicks, but I mean, Vegas here betting it, giving us great juice or heavy juice on the over of 2.5 receptions. I mean, I think without question, if he can get 3 receptions, he's got to have at least 5 targets, right? And I mean, he is gonna catch almost every target he gets. But nonetheless, I mean, 2.5 -174, I'm taking the odds on that. So we take a look at tight ends here, game log this season versus the Eagles, right? We're talking about the Eagles. TJ Hawkinson had 8 targets, right, against the Eagles, and then Hunter Henry had 6 targets against the Eagles. And I guess the New England-Philly game was kind of a neutral game script as well. It wasn't like the Patriots were really playing from behind. Really at all that game, and I definitely think the Minnesota Vikings Eagles game was pretty close as well, right? So there wasn't negative game script for either of these guys, and then their backup tight ends each got 3 targets as well, you guys. So we're talking about 20 targets for 2 games, and we're seeing TJ Hawkinson and Josh Oliver combined got 11 targets, and Hunter Henry and Mike Gesicki combined got 9 targets. All we need tonight is 5 targets here for Cade Otton, who dominating the snap count. Another thing I like about this is that we know the Philadelphia Eagles can get to the quarterback, and they're absolutely elite at stopping the run, right? We take a look at this. Most pressure percentage in the NFL, which QB pressures, hurries, knockdowns, and sacks for all plays. We look at this. 31.7% pressure percentage, right? Total QB pressures, third most in the NFL. We know what happens when quarterbacks get pressured in their pocket. They're going to check down to their running backs and their tight ends. We know Cade Otton is going to play a ton of snaps. He's that security blanket here for Baker Mayfield. We know Baker Mayfield, again, historically, Baker Mayfield loves to target his tight ends. Like I said here, tight ends have been getting targeted all season long now, or I guess through 2 games against the Philadelphia Eagles. Negative game script. Also, the Eagles absolutely elite at stopping the run. Look at the running backs, yards per carry. Eagles, 4th fewest yards per carry to the running back position. Baker Mayfield's going to throw the ball in this game. 5 reception targets for Cade Otton. I think this is an easy over here, in my opinion. If the only caveat, or reason this could not hit, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, guys, is if the Tampa Bay Bucks somehow go up 14, 15, nothing, or 21 nothing, which doesn't seem likely to happen here in this game. And hopefully we get the Eagles coming out playing the way the Eagles are supposed to play, and they punch in some touchdowns early, and Tampa Bay goes down, has to throw the ball here. I like Cade Otton, over 4.5 reception targets as the first play. The second play here is going to be another tight end, right? I just think this is the night of the tight ends, you guys. It's going to be Tyler Higbee over 31.5 receiving yards. So, again, similar to Cade Otton, Tyler Higbee just dominating these snaps here for the LA Rams. Look at this, 91 and 93% of the snaps. I mean, Bryson Hopkins seeing some snaps here, snaps percentage. I mean, the Rams do run a ton of 2 tight end sets as well. But what I like about Tyler Higbee, you guys, and I definitely think this is, it's a stat that I don't think a lot of people talk about, but Tyler Higbee, you guys, 28 routes run in week 1. 50 routes won in week 2. He saw 7 targets for only 12 yards. So I definitely think we get this at a discount, right? PrizePicks in the books, looking at this 12 yards that he had against the San Francisco 49ers and just seeing, we're going to put him at 31. But to me, the matchup is too great, and the routes run. Look at this for Tyler Higbee, you guys. Where's the stat I have? Tyler Higbee, through 2 games, has ran 78 routes. 78 routes for Tyler Higbee through 2 games, which is the second most in the NFL, but he's only played 2 games, you guys. He has more routes run than TJ Hockenson, Evan Ingram, Hunter Henry, George Kittle, Dalton Schultz through 2 games, and he's going to play this 3rd game now, and you can bet he's going to get close. He'll probably get close to 30 routes run in this matchup. We look at Tyler Higbee last season when he had game log, when he had 5+ targets. He hit the over on this in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of 11 games last season. He hit the over on this, and it is a strong matchup, right? Game log last season, tight ends game log last season versus the Bengals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tight ends cleared the over on this against the Bengals. We know the Bengals last season gave up the 2nd most overall receiving yards to the tight end position, the most targets to the tight end position, and the most receptions to the tight end position, right? A clean pocket is something also I like here for Matt Stafford. 10 total QB pressures, which is the 2nd fewest amount of QB pressures in the NFL to quarterbacks, right? The Bengals are not getting to the quarterback. Matt Stafford with a clean pocket is possibly one of the most elite quarterbacks of all time. If he has time, he's throwing absolute dots, you guys. Absolute dots. You guys know if Matt Stafford don't come with the Matt Stafford slander. Everyone knows if he's got time in the pocket, he's absolutely elite, all right? And then only 10 QB pressures. The Bengals have just not been able to get to the quarterback. We just know here, like I said, Tyler Higbee, 78 routes run. This is the game log with 5+ targets last season. Look at these routes run this season, 50 and 28. And also, too, you guys, Matt Stafford, right, or Tyler Higbee saw 7 targets for 12 yards against the San Francisco 49ers, right? San Francisco 49ers, look at the total QB pressures. The most in the NFL, 41. 41, you guys. And if anything, that kind of impacts Matt Stafford's ability to get the ball downfield, which, again, impacts Tyler Higbee's yards per catch, right? Yards per throw, 1.7, 16.3 in week 1 against the Seattle Seahawks, you guys. He saw 49 receiving yards in week 1 on only 3 targets, you guys. 3 targets. Also, the Rams here could be possibly a negative game script depending on if Joe Burrow plays. 3-point favorites here for Cincinnati at home. I just think combining all that, I like Tyler Higbee over 31.5 receiving yards. So here are the 2 plays here for this YouTube video. It's going to be Cade Otton over 4.5 reception targets. Tyler Higbee over 31.5 receiving yards. Again, let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about these 2 plays, you guys. Hopefully we get some good game scripts here. Hopefully, these primetime games overall, you guys, they've been a little weird so far to start the season, and they were even weird last year. So hopefully we get some good ones here. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and as always, let's cash.